you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Nono, and I am back with another video. I was about to actually take off this set, but then I realized I used my DIY peel off base coat to attach these, and I've been getting a lot of questions from you wanting to know how I do it. So I thought, let me actually pop this set off on camera so you guys see that, and then afterwards I will reapply it and show you how I do it. By the way, this set I created it over on my TikTok live this past Friday. As I mentioned in my previous video, I'm always live every Friday between 10 and 12 p.m. over there. So if you want to hang out and watch me do some nail art live, feel free to just pop in and say hi to me. All right, let's get into moving these nails. By the way, the thumb kicked my ass. Look at that. I actually gave up halfway doing the nail art for this because it was so skew. I was just like, I'm giving up. But yeah, so how I usually take them off, I just take my cuticle pusher, and I prefer going along the side and not take the tip off from the cuticle because I find that the natural nail bends, and that can be quite painful. So I just glide the cuticle pusher and the nail pops off just like that, as you guys can see. And I've had these nails on for about 5 days, so I'm able to stretch the set out like if I don't feel like taking them off. And because I have a layer of my rubber base, as you guys can see, it's pretty much still looking very nice and neat. And this is how I usually keep my nails in between sets. I'll just pop them off, and then during the time I'll have my rubber base on there and my nails stay looking neat all the time. All right, let's pop the rest of these off. And this is how my nails look right after the peeling off process. As you guys can see, the reason I like doing this is because the peeling of the actual tip isn't happening on my natural nail, because sometimes you'll find that when you're peeling the nail off, it will take chunks of your natural nail. So by applying the rubber base, I create a barrier of protection for my nails. And now when I do the next peel off base coat, I'm going to do it directly on top of the same layer of rubber base. By the way, I wanted to show you guys my nail grave, all the nails that I pop off, and usually it's nails that I've done on my videos or like practice nails. I just pop them in here, and it's kind of getting full. I'm going to need a different way to store them, but for now it works. I'm sure you guys might recognize some previous sets I've uploaded here on my channel. Really love coming in here and just like looking at the previous sets that I've done. At some point I'll have a more nicer way of storing them. I also want to do that video where people go in here and they like dig up a set and they try and recreate it again. But yeah, this is how I store my pop off nails. Now to cleanse my nails before I reapply the peel off base, I'm going in with just an alcohol prep pad, and this is just to remove any residue or a little bit of gunk I might have left over from the previous set. And as you guys can see, the nails look really nice. I don't even have to prep or push my cuticles. I'm just ready to go and start doing the set. Now the DIY peel off base coat technique I use, I saw other girlies try it out and I was curious to see if it would work for me. I also prefer using the cuticle oil pen. The oil on here is much more thicker and slippery. I don't know why it makes it a little bit different. Maybe there's an extra ingredient, maybe some silicone. Can't really see if there's anything special about it, but when I use this one, the nails pop off really nicely. Now I would recommend that the bottle of top coat that you use to do this step, you don't reuse it again, because you will contaminate it with some oil. This particular one is an old bottle, and I can tell you it's really I can actually see oil in there, which is fine. I don't use it for anything else. I'm going to be applying a thin layer of the top coat. Now while you're doing this, you'll notice that the top coat will kind of separate a little bit, which is fine because you are applying it on top of oil, but I'm applying it generously around the corners, making sure that it's not touching my skin. But because I've lubricated my skin so much, sometimes even if it does touch my skin, I'm just able to peel it right off once it's cured. Then I go in my lamp and cure for 60 seconds. So I went off camera and did the DIY peel off base coat on the rest of my nails, and this is how they are looking, and this is usually how I start all my videos. I'm sure you guys noticed on the thumbnail, today we are doing duck nails. Now I do not have duck nail tips or duck tips. I'm not sure what they call it. So I came with a plan, and on the last video I filmed doing duck nails. I just use these almond nail forms, and all I do is, usually nail forms sit this way, I just turn them around, and as you guys can see, you get a very nice flare that way. And then I take my flat edge nail clippers and I just cut the little tail off. That way I'm sort of like creating my own duck nail forms, and then the form will sit like this. These are the ones I used in my last video. I just kept them in the box, and I'm so glad that I kept these because today I can just reuse the same ones. Now, I enjoyed using the iconic liquid and the iconic acrylic gel so much in my last video that I think I'm going to use them today again. Now, these products are by Planet Nails, you guys, including the rubber base, and I know that these aren't available in a lot of countries, but they are available in South Africa. Now, because I'm going to be putting my hand in and out the lamp a lot, I popped on my UV glove. This just feels so much more comfortable putting my hand in the lamp, and overall I just think it's just such an amazing product, and I'm really thankful that they sent it to me. I've been using this a lot. I'm also going to use my dampened dish, and then obviously, as I mentioned, the iconic liquid, and I am going to go in with the acrylic gel in the shade Flesh. I'm going to scoop a little bit out because I don't really need a lot to start. I just need sort of like a base where I'm basically creating a tip is all that I'm doing. I also don't want it to be too thin, but it doesn't necessarily have to be too thick because I'm going to go in over it and just build the strength up. I'm just gonna smoosh this in. It doesn't have to be perfect for now because I'm gonna go back and fix it. I'm also just making sure that the nail is nice and straight, so I've got a lot of time here, and I think that is sitting good. I'm going to quickly just cure this in my lamp for about 30 seconds. So I cured the nail facing up, and then I also cured the nail the upside down as well. Now it's time to pop the form off. You guys can see it popped off so well, and I'm really happy with the fillet. Now I'm building out the nail, which is awesome. I'm gonna just dip into my liquid and just tap away and just make sure that I'm having the acrylic gel be in the places that I need it to be. I definitely have, I think it's called an earworm, where I have this one song stuck in my head over and over, and it's this it's the song by Cordelia. I think her name is Cordelia, and it's because of TikTok, because every time I'm on my For You page, I just keep hearing, I think I like this little life. This little life. Now it's stuck in my head, like whatever I'm doing, like as I'm doing nails right now, I keep going, I think I like this little And now I'm gonna go and give this a full cure for 60 seconds in my lamp. I'm gonna quickly go and do the rest of my nails off camera, and I'm gonna be back when I'm done. Alright you guys, this is how the nails look after the application. I'm really happy. They are a little bit long than I would like, so I am going to be shortening them down a little bit, but listen, I'm really happy with the application. Phew. So this is how the nails look now after the file. When I tell you I filed my life away at these, what makes it hard is because they have this curve, and because the nail file is straight, for example, so it's really hard to get in those curves. So definitely an E file is best when you're trying to shape up your dark nails. I'm really happy with the crescent situation at the top. I think it's really cool. Please let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the shape. I really liked it. I really worked hard on it, and it shows, you know, and that's what I'm happy about. I accidentally filed into my peel off base, which always happens when you use an E file because it's kind of hard to check. So probably these won't pop up as well as the previous set, but that's still okay. I'll be able to still keep the main design. Now that I'm done with this step, I'm gonna go in with my Old Faithful. Wait, but before I go in with this, I think I'm gonna go in with some protein bond first, and this is just to help with a little bit of adhesion. I'm going to be going in with my elastic in the shade Rose, and you guys know how I feel about this product. I practically use it in every video, and on top of that, it's what I always have as a base to protect my nail as well. It just works for everything. So I'm going to go and do exactly the same to the rest of my nails, and then I'm going to give this a 60-second cure, and then we're going to start on the nail art. And I'm so excited for today's nail art. Alright you guys, so this is how the nails are looking with the rubber base. As you can see, I'm much more cohesive nude, and I really like how they're looking at this point. I am, however, gonna cleanse the stickiness because I'm gonna be going in with a lot of nail art, and they're probably gonna be touching each other, and I'm gonna have lint all over the sticky layer. So I'm just gonna remove the inhibition layer. So for today's look, I want to do a pearled out French look. I went ahead and just picked up a range of sizes. This is the biggest I'm willing to go. I'm not really sure, but I might want to go in with a little bit of like gold pearls, or these are like caviar beads because they're not like flat but in different sizes. I'm just gonna wing it and hope that it works out. I'm gonna start with the thumb first and then we'll do the rest. So to adhere my pearls, I'm gonna go in with the Cora rhinestone glue. I also have it linked down below, and a liner brush. This I'm just gonna use to cut out the French design. I'm just gonna squeeze it out onto my palette, that way I have easier access to it. It's also quite thick, so I'm just gonna squeeze out quite a bit on there. If you're going to be attempting this look, I would definitely recommend some clear caviar beads. These came in clutch. They settled in between the pearls and they filled up all those gaps so nicely, and they just gave such a beautiful finish. Alright you guys, so this is how the nails look now. I'm very happy with all the placement. I tried to put the tiniest ones along the edge of the French cutout or French smile line. That way it looks a little bit more defined because I didn't want to have a wide gel polish at the bottom. As for the gold 3D bow, this is part of the, I don't know if you guys remember the Christmas gift set that BTArtbox sent to me, and there was this gold bow with like tiny glass bells, and all I did was just remove the bells and then I went for the bow. I thought like this would make such a beautiful accent nail, and then on this nail I just opted not to add any caviar beads on there, and I just left it as is. Also put the tiniest pearl right in the center there just to tie it in with the rest of the nail. Now I'm going to top coat and just finish up the set. Because I had removed the inhibition layer, I'm gonna go in with a thin layer of protein bond just so I don't have any separation of the top coat. Sometimes you find that the top coat will separate when you're applying, and if after you've removed the inhibition layer, it will kind of move around a bit. So I am just making sure that I'm kind of recreating that layer, that way the top coat sits well. I'm going to try not to add any top coat on the actual pearls as much, but on the edge definitely. And because there's some rhinestones on there and I really like how they sparkle, so I want to keep that sparkle as much as I can. My back my back is killing me because of the way I was sitting. Like, my hand was close to my face and I was hunched over while I was doing this nail art, so I ended up hurting my back a little bit, but I'll be fine. It's not that deep. And this is the final reveal for this set. When I tell you, my heart skips a bit every time I look at these. I've never been physically so in love with a set ever before. I think these came out beautiful. I don't even know how to describe them. They're just giving everything. They're giving everything, and I'm just so happy with the final result. I was never a big fan of dark nails. Listen, I love dark nails now. I am a dark nail ambassador. We reached the end of the video, you guys. Please let me know down below what you think about today's set. It helps me out a whole lot if you click the like button, and if you haven't, please click that subscribe button as well. I'm gonna see you guys very soon in the next video. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. Bye, guys.